one as well.
Is there anyone actually watching though?
Not quite yet.
Okay, so we get 30 seconds.
I'll open my laptop. Maybe.
Hello, if anyone's there. No one's there. Oh, excuse me. One person. Hi, whoever you are. You don't need to sign in. Just. We should really get cracking. Do it quick. We have 2 people. Hello. If you can hear us, okay, whoever you are, please comment. And if we'll read any comments as they come through.
To turn this because it's really good.
Oh, why is that? Let's see if that's better. Does that work?
Yeah.
I've got 4 people watching now. Okay. Right. We will start, guys. Sorry. Right. Sandra's going to start off and explain why we were delayed for a couple of nights. Sandra?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being very patient with us. The reason we were like offline for 2 days is because I was crazy sick. I think with all the baby classes, toddler classes, there's no jokes. The flu season, it's insane. Thankfully, our little one is fine and healthy, but I definitely got something. And I was like bedbound for at least 1 day. And even today, I'm not feeling 100%, but we didn't want to disappoint you. So here we are back online. And thank you so much for being patient. I know a few of you messaged and commented, like, what's happening? So we definitely, it's just a little hiccup, got sick, that's all really. But we're going to start on the review now. I just don't like that it's uneven a bit. Yeah, fine, better. So,
feels weird doing this in the daytime with the light outside.
Yes, and he's sleeping, so hopefully he doesn't wake up. So let's crack on.
Get comfortable.
I know, but I'm just sort of in and out. So, it started off full on with Rachel and James, and we're like, oh my god. And then obviously, like, Rachel's face, and I was like, oh my god, did she get it, or is it surprised that she didn't get it? But then James was like, so I feel it was like the universe was saying, Rachel, you're here to stay, because not only was it a tie both times, and then finally with that somebody had to win and it was her, so she's meant to stay, I guess, wasn't she?
I think that was probably the most crucial point in the whole series, was Jack bottling it and changing his mind from Rachel to James, because Jade changed her mind as well. And if Jack had just held his nerve, Rachel then would have gone. They would have seen she's a traitor. And that final game with the 5 of them, who knows what would have happened? Maybe Stephen would have still won. I think everyone, including ourselves in the comments, was saying at the end of episode 11, Rachel's done either way, because she's either going to go or James is going to go up, say he's faithful, and she'll go at that point. So how on earth has she won it? Like,
I think it was, by the way, the reason why we're hanging the microphone back and forwards is because my other microphone just died on me and haven't had the time to get a new one. Total lifestyle. So that's it. So we couldn't tell.
Hi, Jake. Sorry. Hi, Jake.
Hi, guys. Guys. See, I'm not fully with it. I'm fully on drugs with paracetamol and everything, so it feels nice now. But so we thought either the whole going back and forwards, we couldn't really figure it out whether Steven's going to stab Rachel in the back or they're just going to be there together, because she had a bit of emotional story with the mum and we felt like, oh, after you hear all those different stories, like Jade, oh my goodness, bless Jade. So
Hi, Harvey. bit impatient there, Harvey.
so we felt a bit sorry to a few people. Then you're like, oh my goodness, you feel like they're going onto emotions and be like, oh bless them, I wish they would know and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you just because the thing is, celebrities, it's
Excuse me.
they're there for fun and like and everything, but
Yeah.
for them this is life changing. So imagine if Steven could win all the 95,000 or share the 47, like a lot of people be like, I'm tempted. So it was for me a lot going back and forwards, but he seemed like a genuine guy, so he took it all away with her, isn't it?
He did. He did. I think going into that final five, final four, there was actually so many different ways that episode could have gone. And I think we actually thought Jack and Faraz, when we spoke off camera, we sort of touched on it in the last review. We thought Jack and Faraz could actually do this.
Yeah.
And then they obviously had that chat. Jade was, I think, was always going to be gone, like first. Unfortunately for her, she just had heat from her at the start due to Amanda and things like that. But I just think the story of the show is just people bottling their votes. Faraz said to Jack, "I just want us to let's just keep it. Let's just do this." And he said, "We'll get Jade out, then we'll get Rachel, then we'll get Stephen." They did the Jade bit, and then Rachel just convinced Faraz that she was a faithful.
But I always mess them up. Jake and James. So Jake is with the curly hair, greyish a bit, yeah?
Who's Jake?
Oh, I'm gonna
Jack.
say Jack. I was messing them up the whole time. So Jack, he could have played really well, and then he went to Steven and said, "Oh, Faraz is gonna like vote for you," and Steven's like, "Oh, really?" And we're both like, "What are you doing? Why would you say that?" But I suppose you don't know who to trust, and obviously we did. We knew what was happening, so that was a big tell. Because then Faraz was to be doomed from the beginning in that sense, isn't it? When it comes to those
No, I don't.
punishment,
I
I
don't think.
feel.
No, I don't think so. I think if Faraz and Jack had voted for Rachel, and then Stephen and Rachel had voted for Faraz, it then would have been who could hold their nerve at the next bit. So Harvey Faraz didn't stick to his own plan and ruined. Yeah, absolutely. When he voted for Stephen, we were just sitting here going like, oh. I mean, Sandra was a bit sick, so Sandra was like, oh. Sandra was lying down on the
I
couch
still
here
have
going like,
emotions. Oh.
I was just like, no, what are you doing, mate? It was incredible. Like Rachel proper done Faraz over. Like fair play to her. Like proper done him over.
His face was like, wasn't it?
It was so funny when he got voted out, and he's like, "It's Stephen and Rachel, isn't it?" I'm an idiot. And then when he read the score, he just started cracking up.
Yeah.
And Jack was absolutely devastated. The contrast in emotions between them two reading out the scrolls was like,
Because he felt like he could smell the money. It was like within reach. And suddenly he got basically screwed over by them too, isn't it? So it's just, I feel like a little bit there was the Molly situation back again. Like with Harry, where you like close your eyes and you're like, well, it is a game and people can literally just snatch it off your hands within your reach. So it's the same story, I feel. But and Rachel won because she got to the chest with the shield, yeah.
well, Harvey, we still can't work out how she survived after that. But surely she should have just been gone next. That's what we can't work out. No one likes me in South. I don't know what that means, but okay. Cheers, James. I don't know what that means. The show, like the celebrity traitors, the way at the end when Joe Marler got voted out, they were all there hugging and laughing with each other. It's because they're celebrities and it's for charity. Whereas this, Jack was just Jack didn't
Heartbroken. He was heartbroken, bless him. But yeah, it is what it is,
when he
bless him.
when he was voted out. He obviously didn't know. When Faraz was voted out, he obviously didn't know that was his game done, and he was just there, probably still like stressed, even though it was already over for him.
But can we go back a little bit to the plotting beforehand? Because we sort of went into the voting and who went out and people were devastated. But remember how there were like two groups. So it was Rachel with Faraz and then Stephen with Jade and Jack. Oh, I bloody messed him up. Is it?
Faraz for Christie was wrong but right. It was so funny at the end. I'm an idiot. Sorry, go on, babe.
Um, so then when Rachel sort of went behind Faraz, he was in shock because was so she was very convincing to Faraz, because at first he was so sure. Um, oh, thank you guys, really appreciate it. So he was so sure that, because I okay, so on episode 11, the way was it episode 11? I think the way Rachel defended herself, I thought a lot of people are gonna sway to her side, because what she was saying, it made a lot of sense, and a lot of faithfuls really were getting confused. And they've changed their votes. And this is where Faraz was like, oh my God, am I wrongly accusing Rachel? Is she faithful and she's just defending herself? Because if you think about it, Jade has been defending herself pretty much from episode 1, and she still didn't get out. So she just could have a bad hand, they thought. So he changed his mind. Well, she managed to change his mind and start to vote Jade. Now, going back to Stephen and Jack and who was it? Jade, and they said both of them that they're gonna try to vote Jade out, and they all managed to do that. And again, she was blindsided, and it was just like, well, the game is savage basically. If you think about it, at the end, it's just because if you think about it again, you're growing friendship. It's harder. You get closer to people. You form some sort of alliances. The first few episodes, it's like you don't get attached, but closer to the end, more and more people really react. And so many people, like, was it Jack when he voted James out? He was heartbroken. Like, he actually cried. He got really emotional.
You're
And
thinking of the money.
well, I think the fact that he thought he's my mate,
Yeah.
like I've gotten close to him, and how on earth did I just voted him out? But that's the thing. At the end, you try to it was like a debate between Rachel and James, and she was just stronger, and that's what sort of sells you at that stage. You'll be like, okay, he's out now.
Can I just respond to that last comment? Rachel and Stephen are legend. Excuse me. That's from Jack Wubb. Rachel and Stephen are legends. Love the pair of them. I don't know if they are. I feel like the story of this series is that it wasn't great traitors, it was poor faithfuls. And I know that we watch it on telly, and I know that we know what's happened, and we know, So there was only one episode we didn't know when Judy was voted off at the start who the traitors, like the secret traitor, was. But
And you loved it, and I hated it.
oh, it was such good viewing when they came up, and you're like, oh my God, are they actually the traitor or not? We only got that once because Hugo was so useless, he got voted off second banishment. I just feel like with Rachel, there was the Fiona thing and the Harriet thing. There was so much, like, two massive bits of evidence. Harriet's like, I'm literally doing a sacrifice. You need to, like, get Rachel out after this. And then I'm not going to respond to that comment. I don't think so.
Hi, Alan.
And then with sorry, that's throwing me. And then with, oh, maybe it wasn't to me. Maybe it was to someone else. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought.
I don't know. Just focus on your plot.
Stephen, and then Stephen with the cage, coming back from the cage and being in the library, and Jesse, and then Jesse being murdered. I thought there was loads of evidence on both of them. And I know it's easy when you watch it, but I don't know. I think the story of the series was bad faithfuls rather than good traitors. I still think Harry from series 2.
Well, if you think about Harriet, she basically laid it out. If I'm gone, look at Rachel. And they still didn't till the very end. Like, still didn't. And you're like, some people don't like sort of to be told that they want to decide by themselves, and if they like that, and obviously they did like her, she was a likable person, so they didn't want to get her out, and that's the thing. So
Guys,
do you like?
Can we keep it clean, guys, in the chat, please?
Did you like Roxy? I personally didn't. I thought she was very she had a lot of things, so she was saying things to people and questioning them, which was good. and then they've sort of made a fact, and then she's like, fair enough, fair enough. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she'd be like, it's you, and they'd respond, okay, fine, all right, fair enough.
Which actually made me laugh a lot.
Except for James, obviously, she was onto James like proper.
But also, did you guys watch in the Uncloaked? Sorry, babe. In the Uncloaked, when you looked at her face when she found out that Stephen and Rachel were the actual traitors, when all the time she's been saying, no, they're faithfuls, I believe in them, blah, blah,
Her
blah.
final comments of the show was, I really hope Stephen and Rachel win. It was just
Yes, well, they
incredible.
did. But as
Yeah, that's true.
traitors,
That's
and
true.
her face then. So going into Rachel, not Rachel, Roxy,
We'll deal
her
with those two
face,
questions in a second.
her face was literally like just shocked, stunned, angry a little bit that she really believed that they were faithfuls and they were just fooling her. I don't think she liked the idea of being looked like a fool. She was a little bit because she's very gullible, bless her, and like really trusting. Even though she said to Rachel,
Give me
and
1 minute. You're on by yourself for 1 minute. Sorry.
um,
Do something.
so Rachel and Stephen were both really friendly and really loving to her, but she did say separately to Stephen and Rachel. I think we only saw Rachel, where she spoke to her. It's like, I have to really look at the people who are the closest to me, and are they potentially a traitor? And they both said, no, no, my lovely, we would never lie to you, we are definitely faithful and stuff like that. And she said, oh, thank god, I just did have to ask with you guys, because you know you're the closest people and I trust you and everything, so I have to ask. And I'm thinking, oh bless her, like obviously, even though I am a traitor, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah babe, I'm a traitor, you know, I've been lying to you the whole time. So
Yes, like what's the point in asking?
so I'm like, I understand, because you then read the body language and they're going to be surprised with the question. But because Rachel, she did admit that she did this sort of like body reading thing. She said, I don't know what it was. She did some sort of course, and that would have sort of prepare her to lie better, I feel. But anyway, on to the questions, babe.
Guys, we're going to stop the stupid questions. So I'm going to kick someone from the chat. 1 second. Because it's just getting stupid now. If there's any more of that, we'll just do the same. Right. So, where were we at? We'll do with some of the proper questions. So Jake said, who are you guys' favourite contestants? So for me, I liked Jessie. There's not Jessie. What's her name?
Yeah, Jessie.
It was Stephanie. It's been so many episodes. I've got Stephanie in my head for some reason. I was gutted when Jessie was murdered because she was obviously onto Stephen and she was just a good character when she's
and
like.
Nobody listened to her, bless her. Like, it's the same thing with Harriet. Nobody really listened to her, even though she had really, really good and sort of, well, arguments, isn't it? Well, given what she was as well. But like Jessie was a character and a half. Am I right, guys?
She was so funny. Like, she was genuinely like just a ray of sunshine in there. So I liked her. Harriet was a bit of a nutter. She did so good in the church, and then the next day she was like,
She lost it.
she was like literally like an absolute beast sort of thing. Like,
well, I think anybody would have thought, oh, well, what's wrong with her? She was perfectly normal throughout every episode, and suddenly she lost it. It's like a trait has angered her. She's another traitor, and like she's really peed off, and she wants to like do something.
she called it all right, and then at the round table, her arguments were just so weak, like so weak. It was incredible viewing. So I like Harry, I like Jessie. I did like James. I think James is a bit of a Marmite character. I thought, what did he say? He was a traitful or something like that. Was a bit cringe. And when he was like that at the round table, I was like, yeah, I thought that was a bit cringe. But I like James over when he stole the shield. He's like, no, it wasn't me. Guys, it was me. Literally, it was just like, I've done it. I've done it. I actually quite like Ross at the start. I think Ross was dealt the worst hand ever. Fiona was a character. She was useless. She was. I mean, she lost the plot that day, but she was a good character as well. But Rachel would have voted. Well, that's another thing to talk about in a minute. Who are your favourites?
Oh, well, you just chucked me under that. I don't remember all the people there, but I think at the beginning, I can't remember everybody. If I'm 100% with you guys, but I think closer to the end, who has grown on me was James. Even when he was doing the final challenge and running, vomiting at the same time, but he ran. Bless him. I'll have to give it to him. And then
Yeah.
Jack was the personal traitor and said, I can't believe I wanted to stop. Stephen wanted to keep going. So that made me laugh.
Yeah,
But
maybe he's not that good.
yeah, maybe not. You're gonna put him be like, you're not that great. We need to up your game now. Um Jessie, I found her fun, but a little bit too much sometimes. But that's just me. I think Harriet had she played a great game, and suddenly, like especially at the church, and she went to say like, oh Rachel, I know you're the traitor, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. And suddenly the next day she just lost it. I couldn't believe what happened. um so
Finish a point. No, go on, finish a point.
so then I think that that was sort of my people, but closer to the end was James. But let's sort of answer all the questions
So if we
from
do
me.
HPZ08, do we think it was a foregone conclusion? I don't at all, actually. I thought going into that final four, I thought three things could happen. I thought Faraz and Jack could have won if they held their nerve, because they could have had Faraz and Jack vote Rachel out, and then they could have got Stephen out. If Stephen had gone against Rachel at that point, Stephen and Rachel could have won, obviously, and that did happen, or Stephen could have won by itself. So no, I don't think it was a foregone conclusion. I think there were, in my mind, at least three scenarios. I couldn't see a scenario where Rachel won by herself. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I don't.
I agree with you, babe.
So no, I don't agree. But thanks for the comment. Who did we want to win from Football Cards Bro?
Faithfuls or traitors?
I just like the show. I just, I don't know. I don't mind as long as it's a good show. Unless say there's some traitors and I can't stand them. So was it who won it last year? Leanne, the faithful last year. I couldn't. She just screamed at everyone, and when she won it, I was like season 3. The ending of series 3 was awful. This one was much better. So no, I mean for me, I don't know what Sandra thinks. I didn't mind either way.
Well, I feel when it comes to traitors, when you are chosen, you actually do the hard work. Yes, as a faithful, you try to find the traitors, and it's a great win when you do, because that's sort of like both traitors and faithfuls have an amazing game, because throughout the game you have to find the baddie, and it's like amazing when you do. But as a traitor, I kind of like it. I think if I were in a game, I would love to be a traitor, because I like to just sort of throw the curveball and be the mean one. But and because you feel as a traitor, you do this great job at hijacking the game. I feel like you put a lot of effort, but again, from a faithful side, you put a lot of effort too. So it's a really win-win, if that makes sense for both. But unfortunately, I'm always for traitors to win. I feel if you're great ones, I think Rachel and Stephen did.
They weren't great traitors.
No, I'm not saying that these in particular were great ones, but they did work hard. It's not like they didn't, and the game just played into their hearts. They have to work hard.
Yeah.
So, personally, I did the traitors.
Do people think who have watched all the series? Do people think Harry was the best one ever, best traitor ever? Because that's my view anyway.
Well, he was a bit mean to Molly, wasn't he?
Had to win. Well, okay. Should Stephen have turned on Rachel?
Well, we do have that comment here, isn't it, from James?
Stephen grew into the role well. Maybe he did make some big errors at the start. I think Harry was the best. Yes, yeah. I think Harry is the original. Like, it will be hard to match him, because that ending of series 2 is when we watched it at the time. I think it's like one of the best scenes in like British telly, like ever. Terry, a bit late. I probably missed your reaction. Nice to see you both. Nice to see you, Terry. Can watch it on replay. Hi, Nick. Yo. Rachel and Stephen. I think in the end, Stephen just couldn't turn on Rachel because of some of the stories Rachel told about her mum getting, what was it, Parkinson's in her 40s, and she's got
Dementia.
dementia now.
Yeah.
And if you're being a cynic, I'm not being a cynic, but some cynics would say that she said those things to make the other person think. I think for Stephen, he was going away with Stephen in that last three was always going to win. So let's call it 50 and 100 grand for ease. He could have taken another 50 grand, but he'd probably go to bed every night for ages thinking about Rachel and her family, because even though it's a game, there is some emotional connection eventually, isn't there? So I actually did think he wasn't going to betray her.
Well, he did say that there was thoughts at the end. He did say there was thoughts like, should I or shouldn't I? But like you said, there is. Well, I think from the three, he was pretty much definitely going to win. Like it was just going to happen.
Either way.
But I think she was at that stage where she had to fully trust him, and hope that he would share it, because he could have 95 grand for himself completely, or he could have shared it. And I think it's quite big of him to actually share it.
Do you remember Jazz, babe, from series 2? I don't know what this guy is. I'm going to kick this guy out. If these are nice comments, I'm sorry, but I don't know if they're anything, Georgia. And I'm scared. I don't want to lose the channel. Right. Do you remember Jazz from series 2?
No, I'm terrible.
No.
Memory, sorry.
Okay, I'll answer this one then. Do I think he was the best ever faithful? It's a hard one because he obviously didn't win. I think Jazz's big error was not speaking to Molly enough before that final. I know we're talking about a completely different series 2 years ago now. He's right up there, obviously, but he ultimately didn't win. And I think he should have got Molly on side before that final 4 vote. Going back to series 4, it could have been so different if James had the shield. If it had been 4-1 going into that last 5, what do you think would have happened, babe?
Sorry, again.
If James had gone through rather than Rachel, what do you think? How it would have ended?
If James would have gone, so it's between James and Stephen, you mean?
No, like as in the 4 faithfuls against Stephen.
Oh wow. Well, I don't think he would have a chance, because they were thinking, well, James.
Faraz was thinking Stephen. I'm not.
Yeah, but I think he would, because he spoke to Jack and he said that I really truly trust you. But because he was pushing on Jade and he didn't like that, he was suddenly like, oh, are you doing the same thing as James? But then again, he kicked James out and he was all wrong. So I actually think they would have higher hopes for Faithful to win rather than the Traitor. But again, when it comes to Jack, when he kicked James out, he was so emotional. Who was there? Stephen. Stephen was there. It's like, you're right, mate. It's okay. Blah blah blah. But that's the thing. Even though he was a traitor who was very faithful to another traitor, he still had that emotion. He still was that helpful guy. Bless him. So I feel like he deserved it at the end. Like
Faraz.
No, Stephen.
I don't. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think the story of the series, I know it's easy for us to say, is that it was bad faithfuls rather than good traitors. Toddler moving around. So, hi, equestrian. Sorry.
James, to answer your question, at the beginning, Stephen promised to throw fellow competitors under the bus. He should have followed through and got the 95k. Yes, but I feel like this is where his human side came, and you have to remember that if you put yourself in his shoes, they're together for good 2-3 weeks, depends how much they're filming, and they spend a lot of time together. So you're human. They're bound to get closer to you. You have emotions of some sort. We are human, and I actually thought there was something beautiful in that, because that showed his human side, to want to share, not just be greedy and take it all for himself. So just to answer your question there, Terry, it could have been so different if James had won the shield. Yes,
That's
very
what we
different.
talked about a minute ago. Train guy, what is traitors? I don't know if that's a joke or not.
The best show ever. Whoop, whoop.
Please subscribe and find out. I hated how Rachel manipulated Stephen into being her puppet. She ultimately won. So I don't think she'll be losing any sleep over it. One thing I wanted to talk about the series as a whole. What do people think about the secret traitor? I love the idea of it. I think it was revealed far too early. I don't. I think we could have had it for about half the series. They revealed it far too early. We only had one episode with Judy going out where we didn't know who was gone. Because I've always said to Sandra, I'd love to watch the traitors and not know. But obviously, the way they edit it, I mean, anyone who's a content creator for like even a small channel, like for small channels, because we do have other channels. Not so much this. This is easy. What we do, we just record it and let it out. But when you're doing the editing, it takes forever. So
especially when you have a toddler.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, revealed far too early. Apparently, Jack was really angry when he got voted out and realised he'd been played. The producers had to calm him down. Where have you seen that, HBZ? I agree. The secret. Yeah, sorry, Jake. I agree. The secret trait was revealed too early. I feel like it was an opportunity missed.
Do you think they would do that again, the traitors? I think they would.
I'm not convinced they will.
Really?
No,
I
because
think they would because it wasn't played as long as they hoped it would, and I think they want to try it again, but maybe slightly intervene next time.
because I think I don't know. I think some of the twists this time, like the double vote, that was good, and the secret traitor just didn't go on for long enough. Nothing will compare to the disaster of the Seer of Series 3. What more comments here? A cloud of aggressively polite pigeons. Right, I'm just going to ignore that. I don't know why I started reading that out. But have you guys got any questions before we finish up? Because we've been going, blimey, for over half hour.
May I also say that this, obviously, the Traitors series has finished, but we know that the Irish Traitors have started happening, so we'll be starting that, and it's been released in BBC. Is it iPlayer? I think.
Mhm.
And I think there's 2 episodes that has come out so far. So
Are you in danger, babe? Apparently.
Why am I in danger?
Get such mugs on the internet, don't you? Get such knobheads.
So we will be doing that as well. So if you like to follow us for that, that would be great, and join us on that journey, because I'm quite interested. The lady who's the Claudia, but the Irish one is very scary looking lady, I think.
She's from Derry Girls.
I don't know.
She's the nun from
But
Derry Girls.
she's just very scary looking. I quite like her.
Are we going to do watch-alongs for that instead?
I don't know.
We'll do something for Irish Traitors. We know it won't get the same attention as this one, obviously, but if you do like the show, please do watch that, and like and subscribe if you're new. Jack in the metro, he was interviewing, explained he saw red when he opened the scroll. Whoa, okay, I'm not aware of that. I hope for maybe not secret traitor, maybe a new secret twist. What do we think they could do next? What could they add next year? That's a tough question.
Seriously, which ones?
What could the show do that they've not done before?
Well, that's a very good question. We need to think about it, isn't it? Could a faithful have like a free pass from being like a not be killed?
Do you mean shield from banishment instead of murder?
Both.
Shield from banishment.
Because that would change the game, and
yeah,
isn't it?
I don't know. It's very hard. The secret traitor came out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, it's so obvious when they reveal it afterwards. But I don't know is the honest answer. Terry was never a fan, were you, Terry, of the secret traitor? I just don't think they did it right. And I thought Fiona was so obvious. I didn't think it was her. I was thinking it was someone like Roxy or Ellie. But no. Have you got any final thoughts, babe, before we wrap it up? Great ending. There were some weak episodes towards the end, like episode 8 and episode 9, very tame. But I think overall it was a good series. I still think series 1 and 2 are better. Series 3 is way down low as the worst. I think they... Imagine Alan Carr coming back on.
Oh,
well,
you'd love half of the series.
Celebrity Traitors later this year will be good as well. There's rumours Danny Dyer will be on it, and EastEnders fans or football film fans.
Well, really?
But I need to wrap up. I'm going to let Sandra finish off, guys, because I need to go to the toilet desperately. I'm really sorry. This doesn't happen in live. But thanks all for watching.
Thanks for leaving me, babe. But anyway, I think so. Stay tuned for the Irish Traitors if you're still happy to watch it, and we're definitely coming back with the new series by the end of the year, as well as the celebrities. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for watching and joining us. It's always a pleasure. I'm so sorry we didn't manage to get back to you with all the comments. We'll try to get back into some today. I know the series has finished, but it's still nice and polite to be responded to. And it's always great to chat with you guys. We really do appreciate it and absolutely love it. And yes, so definitely, yeah, BBC iPlayer. So we might do a watch along. So we might actually watch the whole episode and we'll be in the corner and you get to see our reaction live. We'll try to do that, or we'll do like a normal video like we always do. So I think that's that. So thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate you guys here. Thank you. Bye bye.